What first made you get into bartending?
Bartending itself, probably more from food. That's kind of my initial route in. I've always been a big foodie, and then kind of food linking with drink. So kind of paired the two, kind of realising how important food and drink go together in a dining experience. Obviously going to uni myself, I ran a student cocktail bar, and I just kind of progressed on from there really.
And what did you have to do to get the title?
Title was kind of a regional kind of selection process, which was back in October, November time last year. So then that put me in, I got through to that, which put me into the UK finals. The UK finals last week, all went to London. We had to design a cocktail based on the best of British. So I designed a drink using Cardew whiskey, just kind of combine the whole thing with a lot of English heritage, talking about our music. I kind of played a lot of Queen tracks alongside it as I was making the drink, and it kind of all tied in with it. And then after that round, went down from 8 people down to 4 people. After that, we had to jump on a plane to Hong Kong, where we had to design a drink for British Airways, their menu. So on that one, I did a kind of twist on a Bloody Mary. It's a lot of Bloody Marys and sold up at altitude because of the flavour profile. So I did a twist on it, it's an East meets West kind of twist, so kind of a bit of Hong Kong fusion kind of style. So it's a very spicy kind of miso soup kind of style Bloody Mary. And then a few days in Hong Kong relaxing, if you want to call it that. And then we went to one of Jason Atherton's restaurants in Hong Kong, where we had to design a food pairing competition. So it's designing a drink to go with a dish that Jason cooked for us. And I'm quite lucky because food pairing is kind of what I do here a lot. So I created a dish. We all got 2 hours around the market, Hong Kong market as well, to kind of pick up ingredients, which was good fun, interesting.
MasterChef.
Yeah, that kind of style, yeah, but it's funny over there. You saw a guy chopping meat on the floor, just proper in a little alleyway with lots of dead animals around him. It's not the nicest thing to see, but there you go. So yeah, then Jason judged our round on that one, and I won the first round and the third round, so it's like 2 out of 3, and that essentially put me through. So.
And did you see you had to make a cocktail on the plane?
On the plane, yeah.
Was that any trickier than being on the ground?
Yeah. Well, obviously you're limited in the kind of ingredients that you've got to use anyhow. You're only allowed to take select measures of liquid onto the plane, but then you make it on a little like the hostess trolleys, which is shaking. But luckily I did it the year before as well. I got through to the final last year, but I didn't win. So I was kind of used to the environment, but yeah, it's definitely tricky. The judges, I think we made that about 4:30 in the morning, after we all got up at 6 o'clock the previous morning, so it was a long day for them. And then I hit the judges with some spicy, fishy Bloody Mary, and up at altitude, and basically it heightens everything tastes kind of like a lot more kind of tastes are dulled down, so it's hard to kind of really pick out key flavours. So yeah.
How did it feel winning, having not won last year?
It was amazing, obviously, but the whole week was quite overwhelming because they put you on such a good trip where you're like Michelin star restaurants, and you're just looked after. It's like business class flights out there, so it's the ultimate kind of luxury, and that's quite overwhelming as it is itself. So then to win it was emotional. I got a few people crying, so no, it was really cool. It's good.
And what's the support been like here and at home?
Yeah, really good. Yeah. After 6 days drinking, and we had another party when I got back here, which was really healthy. No, but it's been really good. I think it's a lot of my friends are kind of feeling it as well as myself. So.
And what's next then?
Next is, I guess, sorting out the restaurant here, because we've got kind of attention coming towards us soon. But I've got to go to obviously the World Finals, which are returning to the UK for the first time. So that's a week-long competition. And that's 50 guys from around the world all coming together, so we've got to compete it out amongst each other. But as I said, it's the first time it's come back to the UK, so it's going to be really exciting. So that's starting up in Scotland, and then going to Gleneagles, and then Oriental Express to London, and a similar kind of whole week of competitions and stuff. But then, yeah, it's good. Other bits, they're sending us on trips. Got to go to Berlin to meet all the other contestants. get to make cocktails at the Ryder Cup for the pro golfers. That's in September. Lots of very cool kind of bits and stuff. It's good.